So I want to address the homework. This is deciding if it's even or odd. Go back to the notes for that if you're struggling. I think that was a couple sections ago. What is the distance from the point 4, 5 to the line y equals 2x plus 3? So you're going to find 2 points. We're doing distance again. Pythagorean theorem. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. Okay? This is describing it. This means I want the transformations. Horizontal, vertical, things like that, and then graph it. Okay. This one, they want the equation. So how is it that you get when the input is 10, the output is 100? So if I decide it's 10 times whatever I think it is, I have to make sure it works for this rule, and this rule. Okay. This one, this is what we did in the previous page. You have to decide if it's a circle or if it's a sleeping parabola, maybe. I don't know what you want to call it. And so they want the center, the vertices, and the radius. That's what we did on the previous page. And then they want you to graph it. This is exactly what we just did. On this one, they want you to they want you to graph them and decide if it's a parabola that goes like this or a parabola that goes like this. If it's one like this, it's y equals x squared. If it's one sideways, it would be x equals y squared. And remember, what you're going to do is think about what the vertex could be so you can write it in vertex form. Or x equals a times y minus h squared plus k. So this would be this parabola going up, and this would be the horizontal parabola. Now, if you're going to solve this and you want to factor it, that fact that that's negative is not a good thing. I would throw everything over here, set it equal to 0, and go. This one, same issue. There's negative. So you want to throw that over, make it positive, and go. I want to go over these two problems because you can do this one and you'll be able to do this one after you do this one. Okay, there's a couple different ways to do this problem. One way is get rid of the y right away. Honestly, for me, I would normally say yes, but I can recognize, sorry about that if I add 3 to both sides, I can add 2 plus 3. So in my mind, it's actually easier to do that first. Now I would multiply both sides by y. Well, how come I'm doing that? Because the purpose of it is to get rid of this. I'm not going to multiply it. This already there's one y. It's got one job. Okay? So then I get 6x minus 1 equals 5y. And now they want you to solve for y. Divide by 5, divide by 5, divide by 5. Y equals 6/5 x minus 1/5, or y equals 6x minus 1 all over 5. You like this one? Great. You like this one? Great. All right. This one. If I want to get the y by itself, that square root's got to go away. How do we get rid of square roots? You do the inverse, which is square. Square. So what happens to this square and this square root? They cancel. Y minus 4 equals x plus 1 squared. You would box this out, and you would get y minus 4 equals x squared plus 2x plus 1. And now to get y by itself, add 4. You're not factoring, you're solving for y. You're not graphing, you're solving for y. Okay? I'm just helping you with these. If you didn't watch the video, you're not even listening right now. But if you did, now those problems are done and you know what to do. All right, I want to go over this. We struggle a little bit with imaginary numbers. Since that's negative, we have to know it's going to be I. So it's really 4i. This right there is 4i. So I have 2 plus 4i divided by 2. Now, I can only divide it if I divide this one and that one. So 2 goes into 2 one time. And 2 goes into 4 2 times. Now, if you ended up getting 2 plus 5i over 2, you cannot do this because 5 doesn't divide 2. Or you could rewrite it as 1 plus 5i over 2. That's the only way you can do that problem. But you can't go 1 plus 5i. Okay, so let me say it again. If they both divide, you're good to go. If they both don't divide, well, then you either leave it or you simplify each one. And that's it for the homework.